26 essential cooking phrasal verbs for everyday use. Hello. Today we're diving into the world of cooking with a focus on phrasal verbs that can enhance your culinary vocabulary. Whether you're a seasoned chef or just starting out in the kitchen, understanding these 26 cooking phrasal verbs will help you communicate more effectively while preparing meals. Learning these phrases not only enriches your cooking skills, but also improves your English proficiency, making it easier to follow recipes and converse with others about food. From chopping and mixing to serving up delicious dishes, these essential expressions are perfect for everyday cooking. Let's get started. Chop up, meaning to cut food into smaller pieces. Example, chop up the vegetables before adding them to the stir-fry. Peel off, meaning to remove the outer skin of fruits or vegetables. Example, peel off the skin of the apple before slicing it. Cut down on, meaning to reduce the amount of an ingredient. Example, I'm trying to cut down on sugar, so I used less in this recipe. Put together, meaning to assemble ingredients for a dish. Example, put together all the ingredients for the lasagna before you start cooking. Mix together, meaning to combine ingredients thoroughly. Example, mix together the flour, sugar, and baking powder. Knead in, meaning to work dough by mixing it with your hands. Example, knead in the flour until the dough is smooth. Roll out, meaning to flatten dough with a rolling pin. Example, roll out the pastry on a floured surface. Season with, meaning to add spices or flavorings. Example, season with salt and pepper to taste. Drizzle on, meaning to pour a small amount of liquid over food. Example, drizzle on some olive oil before serving the salad. Fry up, meaning to cook food in oil or fat. Example, fry up some eggs for breakfast. Sauté up, meaning to cook food quickly in a small amount of oil. Example, sauté up the onions until they are golden brown. Simmer down, meaning to cook gently just below boiling. Example, allow the soup to simmer down for about 30 minutes. Boil over, meaning to spill out while boiling. Example, keep an eye on the pot, or it will boil over and make a mess. Reduce down, meaning to cook a liquid until it thickens. Example, let the sauce reduce down for about 15 minutes for better flavor. Heat up, meaning to raise the temperature of food. Example, heat up the leftovers in the microwave for lunch. Take out, meaning to remove food from the oven or pot. Example, take out the cake once it's golden brown. Thaw out, meaning to allow frozen food to become unfrozen. Example, thaw out the chicken in the refrigerator overnight. Warm up, meaning to heat previously cooked food. Example, warm up the soup before serving. Slice up, meaning to cut food into thin pieces. Example, slice up the bread before serving it with the soup. Stir in, meaning to mix an ingredient into a dish gently. Example, stir in the cream just before serving the soup. Sprinkle on, meaning to scatter small amounts of an ingredient over food. Example, sprinkle on some herbs to add flavor to the dish. Bake off, meaning to complete the baking process, often used in a competitive context. Example, the bakers were excited to bake off their best recipes for the final judging. Cool down, meaning to allow food or a dish to lower in temperature after cooking. Example, after baking the cake, let it cool down on a wire rack before frosting. Whip up, meaning to quickly prepare a dish or meal. Example, I can whip up a salad in just a few minutes. Put away, meaning to store leftover food after a meal. Example, don't forget to put away the leftovers in the fridge. Serve up, meaning to dish out or present food to be eaten. Example, serve up the pasta with a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese on top. Thank you.